In the quiet heart of a bustling university, a brutal crime occurred. The murder weapon was swift, and the silence was absolute. It was November 28, 1969, the day after Thanksgiving. 22-year-old Betsy Aardsma, a brilliant student at Penn State University, went to the Patty Library to study. She entered the stacks, the dense, tall rows of bookshelves looking for material on Africa. The stacks were known for their isolation. Narrow aisles, few lights, and the expectation of complete silence made them the perfect place to study, but also a dangerous place to be alone. Around 4:45 p.m., in a remote corner of the African Studies section, two students discovered Betsy. She was slumped between the shelves, seemingly suffering a seizure or fainting spell. She was breathing heavily but unable to speak. When they moved her, they noticed a tiny speck of blood. A frantic call brought campus police. In the rush, no one realized the horrible truth. Betsy had been fatally stabbed once, directly through the breastbone. It was such a small wound, inflicted so silently, that students in the very next aisle heard absolutely nothing. The crime scene was baffling. There were no defensive wounds, no sexual assault, and her purse and diamond ring were untouched. This wasn't robbery, it was an execution. Investigators interviewed hundreds of people, but the only solid lead was a man seen running down the stairs near the stacks, wiping his hands. The prime suspect, a former geology student named Richard Hefner, was known for his strange, controlling behavior and fixation on the victim. Years later, he was convicted of a separate murder, and he allegedly confessed Betsy's murder to a cellmate. Yet, without definitive forensic evidence, the case could not be closed. The murder of Betsy Aardsma remains one of the most haunting cold cases in university history. The most terrifying aspect is the simplicity of the crime. A young woman was stabbed and murdered in a crowded public space, and the act was so quick, so clinical, that the absolute silence of the library became the killer's greatest accomplice. Her killer has never faced justice, leaving the Patty Library stacks haunted by the ghost of a murder committed in broad daylight, surrounded by hundreds of witnesses who heard nothing at all.